the dope man, and my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men, while my daddy taking many men. My daddy was the dope man, and my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men, while my daddy taking many men.
All right. What up, though? Today I have my special guest in the building, Electric Elevation Podcast, Miss Danny D. Girl. What up, though?
How you doing?
I'm good, and you? I'm good, and you? So let's jump right into it, Danny.
Let's go. It's been a long
Thursday,
time coming.
ladies' night. So that's what, each and every Thursday I'm highlighting a special lady in the city that's been doing her thing. She's definitely been consistent in doing her thing. So, Danny, let's go all the way back and bring them up to speed to your new followers, the people who just now finding out who you are. Yeah. So, first off, how you come up with your rap name?
Wow, that's cute. I have an uncle. His name was Danny.
Okay.
He passed away, but if you watch the BMF series, I think it's the first season when they talk about the BKs.
Okay.
My uncle was a leader in the BK. His real name was Danny. I don't know. My uncle, my dad's side, my grandmother, she put all like Mexican names in my dad's and them names, whatever. So my daddy name is Rodney Rodriguez. Okay. And my uncle, his name is Danny Carrico. So he passed, and when he did pass, he died February 4th. I was born February 8th. My mom was like, he was in the hospital. I was in the hospital. She was like, I went down to his room and was like, I'm the one supposed to be in here. She was like, because he was poisoned. They poisoned. They slipped his drink. I want to know something crazy. Remember, you was like, do you want something to drink? I'm like, no, not because of that. Like, when I was little, I never knew all of this. Like, he was poisoned. That's how he died. But I never could drink strong drinks. Not even pops. Like, when I was a kid, if you put it up my nose, I'll gag.
Okay.
Or liquor. So I always thought, like, dang, that's crazy. He died 4 days from me. So Danny, that's what everybody would call me, Danny. And then when I started doing like music, we added D Girl on it because it was like Danny is like a boy name.
Okay.
Everybody used to think like, oh, it's a boy coming, Danny. And niggas that probably used to cheat used to be like, let me save under Danny when she called, and they think it's a nigga, and it was me. You hear me though?
So how long you been doing music? What age did you start?
I don't even remember what particular age I started, but I come from a musical family.
Okay.
My mom worked for Motown Records. Okay. And then the same grandmother that I was just speaking of on my dad's side, my grandmother, shout out to my big mama. She's passed now, but she worked for Motown Records, and she got my mom in.
Okay.
And anybody, she's like, I'm going to get all the girls in. We about to run Motown, because, Motown was ran by mostly, like, women. So my mom, she worked in quality control. So I probably was introduced to music very, very early on. But when I started to probably put out music and started really to record, I was like, I started really late. I should have started young because I was just around it. It was nothing to be around like I was around Future in his early days. Metro Boomin, my voice is on a lot of his tracks. I wrote for Sierra. It was nothing for me to be in a realm of music, like around studios, around like Sway Lee in the studio with them, like on A Come Up. Before Mike Will was Mike Will. Before Metro was Metro. I was dating a guy and I used to be like, hey, that beat hot. They were sending in beats and I used to be like, hey, pick that beat, pick them. And it was Metro and it was Mike Will in them. So the guy was picking them. They end up getting signed, end up becoming these like big millionaires. So I can't give a like Pacific age or when, but when I started seeing them niggas blow and them niggas was making money, I was like, shit, I'm finna let me see what I could toot, because I've always been around it and always been around like, and then, my mom is, you ever heard the Turbo song? Right, left,
yeah.
left. That's my mom on that song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like everybody, and I got a lot of famous cousins. My cousins, you know, they wrote the songs for Motown and stuff. All of the Supreme songs, and I don't know. I guess they run in my bloodline a little bit, because half of my other side is more like medicine. Like, I have a lot of neurosurgeons.
Doctors.
Yeah, doctors. My
Nurses.
sister's in school for a doctor. A lot of nurses, but more doctors than nurses, though.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
like all my young cousins, and they into that. I'm into science and medicine too. See, I had like this scale, like, what you gonna do? Are you gonna get into entertainment, or are you gonna do like what you really love, like to read, like to study? So it was just, I always battle, like, should I go back to school? I miss school. Sometimes I dream I'm in a library with books and shit. Like, I miss school. I want to be a school
You can
girl.
do both. You just have to balance it.
I ain't know. I went to college though. So,
Yeah?
in California, yeah. So
Yeah.
a private college. So
I'm saying if you wanted to, go back or take an online class,
I
you still do
know.
that.
But then I be feeling like, oh, I'm missing this, and I'm gonna miss. I have a tug of war going on.
Right. No, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it sounds like you've been doing a lot of writing. So
Mm-hmm.
were you writing first before you became an artist yourself, or you was kind of doing both simultaneously?
Yeah. I was writing first, and on the humble, it was just me playing around in the studio. A producer was just like, "Oh, that shit hot. I could shop that around." I didn't know what the word shop meant.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I grew up in this music industry or was around it my whole life, I didn't know the terminology of it. So he shopped it around, and true enough, got picked up. Took
Had
off.
your writer number on there, got your publishing and all that.
Oh, all of that was
That's
stole.
what's up.
No, all of that was stole.
Oh, it was stole.
Of course it was. I was too new to the game, and I told my mom, and I'm like, "Look, I'm gonna do it," and they was like, "Yeah, okay, go to school." Because even though my mom was like working at Motown, my mom still has like 2 degrees, 5 certifications, all type of businesses, in the healthcare, Medicare field, and she's into arts too.
Okay.
My mom, even though she did that song, my mom is more like artist, like she can draw, paint. That's her bloodline too. So it's a lot in my blood, like probably on the artistic side. But no, all of that was stolen because I was new to the game.
Oh man.
Like I didn't know. But
So even the one you did with Sierra.
yeah, and that was right. It had Ludacris on it.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it went top 10. So all my sisters and them calling me, and let me tell you, we did that in Detroit. And guess who was the guy rapping where Ludacris rapped?
Who?
Lodge Boy Whoa.
Wow.
So me and Lo did it together. Cause I'm a Lodge girl till the day I die. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Shout out to the
talk
Lodge
your shit.
boys. So they was actually the first ones that put me in the studio. I was just hanging at Greenfield Plaza, just hanging around studios, going around, just hearing the music down there. Like, oh, I didn't know it was studios, lower level. And we ended up doing a record. Record ended up getting stolen. It was lawyers had to get involved and everything. But everything ended up working out, though, in the end.
That's good. That's good. Look, as long as you got it in the end, it's unfortunate
Yeah.
that it wasn't, that they didn't want to do you right the first time. But
Mm-hmm.
as long as you got it taken care of, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so after you start writing, then you say, hey, I want to, I'm gonna put my head in the ring. I'm gonna perform. So what was your first, when was your first time performing?
My first time performing was in Alabama. That's crazy.
Okay.
I had a journey. So my grandmother lived in Pensacola, Florida. I moved down there, and when I moved down there, I realized, like, oh, this is the country town. This is where everybody
real.
retire. But Alabama is like how Detroit and Southfield is. Like, you in 8 Mile, you cross over, you in 9, so it's like 20, 30 minutes away. So I found out, like, Alabama is where it's popping at.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to drive down to Alabama to have fun. I met people down there. It was lit. So when I was down there, and that's when I performed. Like, oh, I'm finna perform. They was doing like an open mic. You can win some money. Wow, I win.
Okay.
I'm like, I won, but I always been like, this crazy. My sister and them always say, like, anytime it's like a raffle or something,
You
like,
always
"Really,
win."
I always win the raffle.
You the one that always win. They
I
probably be
know.
thinking, oh, she cheated. Because you always win.
Funny. That's why everybody be telling me, like, "Bro, it's time for you to play the lottery." I'm like, yeah, sure is. Shit, let's see if I really, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure. So also you've been doing some interviewing. I know you were working with Big D the Mogul for a while, and you did some high profile interviews. So how did that come about? Where'd you meet him at?
Actually, I met Big D, and I met Big D in Dallas, Texas. He's actually from Detroit, but I met him in Dallas, Texas. I was visiting Texas. It was South by Southwest.
Okay.
Once again, I'm with Eardrummers with Mike Will and them.
Okay.
I'm with Sway Lee, all of them. We down at Dallas or whatever like that. They like, we going to the studio after this. I'm like, shit, I'm going to the studio too. I'm finna blow up. I'm with Mike Will and them. But I end up getting beats from Mike Will or whatever. And let's try this way. So I end up getting Mike Will and Eardrummers and them to give me beats or whatever. So something did come out of it, but so I go to this studio, and the studio was called Say Cheese in Dallas or whatever.
Okay.
And then turn out the guy that's running the studio, he like, I'm from Detroit, because I'm the only one from Detroit there. So I'm like, I'm from Detroit. And he like, I'm from Detroit. I'm from Joy Road. I'm like, nigga, I'm from 7 Mile. And I'm like, and if you ever in town, if you ever come to Detroit, hit me up. I'm the girl that can get you anything you need, whatever you need. I'm popping my shit to him. He like, all right, I got you. I'm going to hold you to that. Now, remind you, the studio called Say Cheese TV or whatever. And Sean Cotton
Okay.
used to be like somebody that used to just hang around his studio, because Big D used to play football.
Okay.
He played for Dallas Cowboys. He played for the New Orleans Saints or whatever. That's why he left, Detroit. And that's how and then he ended up starting his podcast. But first, Sean Cotton used to be just like hanging around the studio. And he brought him a camera. Like, this is a young nigga. I'm going to buy him a camera and see what he do. And he named his platform after Big D Studio, which was Say Cheese. So it became Say Cheese TV. And Sean took off. Sean like a multi-millionaire,
Mm-hmm.
So when D came to Detroit, I get a call from a number I've never, heard of, never seen before. I pick it up like, what's good? He like, hey, this D, remember I met you? I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna never forget you, because I met you around powerful people. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I'm in town and I want to do some interviews. I'm starting a podcast. What about, can you give me hell of a, he naming me all these people that I don't even know at this time. Can you give me hell of a, can you give me Nisha in the Shade? Can you give me, and I'm like, damn, now I didn't talk to all this shit. I got to get him all these people. Pulled them all, made one phone call. I'm that girl, you know what I'm saying? So I pull them all, like, he get them all. And then he's like, oh, I'm downtown. I'm going to get a chef to come, and you can bring your friends, and they're going to cook for y'all. And then, so we went. We had the chef and everything loft. And then he gives me this envelope. And I'm thinking it's like a card, like, thank you. And I put it in my pocket. By the time I get home, he's already back in Dallas, and I check things late. So I check it, it's full of money, bitch. I was like, what? What else you need? You need drugs? What the fuck? So I'm like, what? Like, oh, this was nice. So then D, and like you said, I did a lot of like high profile interviews and stuff like that and setting them up. And then I end up becoming like his question girl. Like, oh, because once I got enticed by the money, I'm like, oh, I can get you these people and I'll write all the questions. There goes back to my schooling, my journalism. So I'm like, yeah, I'll send you, because I know all the dirt on everybody. So let's go. You want to interview? Let's interview. So I used to send him all the questions. So every interview you ever watched of someone that did an interview in Detroit, from the Peanut interview to Dogface to YBI Chestnut to anybody else you could possibly think of at this time, all the questions came from me.
Okay.
D didn't have maybe one or two in there. Like, and then I'm overbearing too, so
Okay, so let's talk about the Peanut interview for a minute. So, I actually saw it back when you had initially did it, and then I see that you put up a couple clips regarding the Cash Doll or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your take on that? As far as, how do I want to put it?
Okay.
It was a big controversy of snitching, not snitching. How do you feel about the whole situation from the interview when you got his perspective on it?
Well, I knew the questions. I knew like the backstories from the streets because Peanut is a brother to me.
Sure.
First of all,
For
you know,
sure,
he
good
knew
guy.
me. Mm-hmm. He like
He's
I
super
didn't
cool.
slept at Peanut house, everything. Where's jury, all type of dumb shit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all type of stuff. He did build me out of situations. You know, he's a real brother. But I didn't know it was that deep entangled. You know, like everything that was told, everything that was said at the time. But I do believe in the no snitching. You know, we don't come from that. We don't play that type of shit. We don't snitch. Female or nigga or whatever y'all want to call it, like, we don't snitch. And like how he was saying to me, like, you know, like, it was things that was told that shouldn't even have been told. Like, my wife's stuff got took, you know, my cars, you know. And then Peanut, he was, you know, told a lot of things too. The feds also told him, like, you know, if something happened to her, she come up missing, we coming to get you. So Peanut had to put out that disclaimer, like, look, y'all, I know a lot of y'all love me. I know a lot of y'all want to, you know, do things to people that hurt me, but don't do that. Because then I go down for something I didn't even do. So he like, just let it go, you know, just let it go. Because I'm not trying to, you know, be in that predicament. But no, I don't believe in snitching. Snitching is, you know, I don't believe in snitching if you're a part of the thing, if you know what's going on.
And this is the thing. So I was looking at some of the different comments. So people were saying, oh, if it's the female is the civilian. But if you a part of it, like you said, if you a part of it, you know what it is,
right?
Then you can't say that. And then I just feel, I'm gonna just tell you, in Detroit, it'd be a lot of dick riding going on, and it'd be a lot of click shit going on, and certain people get passes for certain shit, then other people don't get passes for certain shit, but they all doing the same shit. So my thing, we gotta hold everybody accountable to the same motherfucking standard.
Exactly.
And with that being said, you know, it just is what it is. If the color red is red, you can't. When somebody else look at it, you can't say, "Oh, it's pink." When she looked at it, bitch, it's red.
Right. So I don't, you know.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm sticking to the code.
Okay.
On all levels.
What was one of your besides Peanut? What was one of your favorite interviews you did with Big D the Mobile?
My favorite one was probably, did y'all see the one I did with Tato, Dex Osama?
I didn't.
You
did?
Pull
that one up.
Oh my God.
I didn't. I'll be honest.
I'm glad you honest, but yes, that was. Did you see that one, Kev? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, when I got the Dex Osama story.
Okay.
That one on Tato.
Okay.
Yeah, his best friend that was there.
Okay. So you was
the night he passed.
Yeah. So you was doing those for how many? 3 years. What year did you start?
22.
Okay.
Yeah, 22.
Okay. You know what I did see? No, you did it with Tato. Not okay. I'm thinking you were saying you did it with Dex. I did see the one with the best friend. Okay. Because he outlined the whole story, the crazy was when they got there, what happened. Yeah. Waiting on the car and valet. The valet had moved the car. Yeah. Hit that from the back. Yep.
Yeah. So that was probably one of my favorites, but then I just did the Naziah Harris brother story, and that one was a favorite too.
I saw it.
That one is. So I, you know, it's kind of like all of them become my babies at one point, and then, you know, and then when I did her brother story, it was a lot to get him. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's clout chasing." No, it was a lot to get that story from him.
How old is he?
He's 18 now.
Okay.
So he was a minor when all that occurred, you know, and he ran away from the home. So it was like...
I feel, bad for him.
I definitely do, especially after I met him and was around him. You guys should get him up here, too.
And I also want to offer my condolences to Big D the Mobile because he did pass away.
Yes.
And it was unfortunate, untimely, because he was a young brother.
Mm-hmm.
But salute to him and his legacy for podcasting, interviewing people.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to you as well, because
Yeah.
it takes skills to get out here and interview people. I like what you're doing. I like supporting like-minded females, collaboration over competition with like-minded women all day, every motherfucking day.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a lot of ladies out here in the city that's doing their thing. But it's also a lot of people that don't want to do stuff because they too worried about if you're going to get above them. So let's talk about that, how some women don't like to share information.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, a lot of resources I got on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a great, because prior to me doing entertainment, I came from corporate healthcare, sales, all of that.
Okay.
So I always had a niche. Whenever I walk into the room, I own that bitch.
Okay.
Okay?
What's your zodiac?
I'm a Libra. October the 1st.
That's my son's sign.
Okay.
No, Libra, that's too much energy for me. Too much. We air signs. You one and I'm one too. So
For sure. So it's just important to network, to build good relationships with people and not burn bridges. But let's talk about, like I said, about women who get intimidated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's some women that get intimidated if they think you are going to surpass them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about that?
I think that's whack.
For
but
sure.
You know what? I got 4 sisters. I didn't have any brothers. So I always had to share. And I think that's what people don't know. Like, I'm really like a cool girl. I'm really a girl's because of that. You know, I did hair. Ain't no way you could be a hater if you do hair. Because if you don't do the bitch hair fly, she's not coming back. You're not going to get no money.
For sure.
So I did hair. I did makeup, clothes. I know how to sew. I did everything, that I learned in the country. You know what I'm saying? That I brought back to myself. My mom used to send us to the country every summer for the whole 3 months. And then come back and get us. So my grandmother used to teach us everything. But, I think that's whack, like, to gatekeep.
For sure.
I love the women that I meet. Like, my best friends, Big 50 is one of my best friends.
Okay, shout out to Big 50. Is she still at Vent Radio?
Possibly. I don't know. We talk about everything but entertainment.
Okay.
We like real friends. Like,
that's what's up.
One of them. But, like, my other friends, that I have, I always made it my business to make sure that I always created like a network where we all help each other. Like, she helped me, I help her. All my other friends, they the same way. Like, we all just click. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, you got this going, let's go over here, let's go over there. So, yeah, gatekeeping is whack.
Right.
If you're a gatekeeper and you're a woman, you whack. Because either way, a woman, we all everybody gonna get to where they gotta go anyway. You just might slow me down just a little bit, but I'm gonna get there.
For sure. And then let's talk about motherhood. You got a little baby.
I know, I had a son.
Yeah, what's his name?
Ziggy.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, of course you had to, adjust your schedule and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think was the most significant thing that changed once you became because it's your only child, right?
Yeah, my only first child. A lot changed because a lot changed for Pimp. Pimp player down. Pimp down. I'm down. Yeah, a lot changed. A lot, like having to care for somebody other than yourself. I had been by myself for so long. I had been spoiled for so long. I never had to go and buy somebody else food other than myself. Like somebody else shoes other than myself. Somebody else diapers and wipes. Every time I turn around, like what? Milk, even clothes. I never had to shop for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I always was like spoiled. This sounds really, really bad, really, really vain. But I always, you know what I'm saying, I could just buy what I want for me.
Right.
I could fill my tank up. Everybody I used to ride with used to be like, yeah, we got a quarter. But like, I fill my whole tank up. Like, what? Because it was just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but now it's like you have to, and he never leave. Like this. Like, Like, you still here, bro? What is going on? He's still here. He haven't left. But that was a big change. Like, having to take care of somebody else. I had to not be selfish, and I had to learn patience. Like, you got to be patient. I can't whoop him for everything. I can't pop him for everything. And my son has a lot of energy. But, you know, he's gifted, though. I'm happy he chose me to be his mom. I'm waiting on the rag. Live me a good life off my baby. Like my mama lived off her kids. I'm trying to live off mine, you know. But I do want more because I think this one right here, he's gonna be too much. I need somebody else at home with me when he leave. I feel like he gonna leave early, leave soon. Like, no, yeah.
Does he like music? Do you think he'll be musical as well?
Yeah, I think he'll be a lot of things. Like he started walking at 8 months. Mm-hmm. He never crawled.
Okay, he just got up and did the thing.
Yeah, he would stand up like at 7 months and not move, like just stand there. And we like, oh, I hated when he started walking because then he got into everything. I liked him more on his back. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, give me some more time. I'm so lazy, so spoiled, so selfish. Like, God, like 8 months, this baby and everything. I can't sleep, nothing. So I'm like, okay. So he did do that. By the time he was, 11 months, he could tell. I was already teaching him, say you won. He knew how to say he was one. He knew all his colors. He knew his head, mouth. And I recorded all these things. And people were like, what? Like, yeah, he one of them. Like, he's really gifted. And then now he can do math problems. He knows all his colors. He know how to count. He know all his ABCs. Like, this baby is really special, though. Awesome. He's 2 now. He just turned 2 in October. Like, he's really special, like one of them ones. And then my mom and them used to say, like, I was special and all of this. Like, and I was getting, I'm like, no, this one right here, this child right here, he got to be watched, monitored, prayed for. Because it's that intricate with him. But I do like, I like being a mom. I like having, something that I created. He's so beautiful. You saw him? This baby beautiful. Mm-hmm. This baby is
I remember
beautiful.
when you was pregnant. Like I said, time go by so fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This baby is beautiful. I'm like, yes, I have me a beautiful baby. Ha, bitches.
Okay, so regarding the music that you working on right now, you just putting singles out, or do you have a whole EP?
Well, I do have an EP done.
Okay.
I do got some popping collabs. Rio the Young OG.
Okay.
Nuck.
Okay.
Me and Kurt finna get into.
Okay.
And then Stunner Girl, that's my girl.
Okay.
Okay, Stunner Girl my girl. So me and Stunner, we got something. I'm working really hard, but right now I am just putting out singles. It'll be something coming out this month, video. Hope all y'all like it. You know what I'm saying? And fuck with your girl.
Okay. Now, before we go, I want to play one of your songs.
Okay.
So, what's the name of the song you sent?
Oh, M&D, Storytelling.
Okay. And this isn't out yet, right?
It's not out yet.
Okay. So, we're getting a preview.
Yes, a preview.
Preview.
A sneak peek. Okay, they getting it together, y'all. Error.
Until it gets together.
But I'm going to let my live go.
And shout your social media tag out as well.
Yes. At Miss Detroit Player, MISS Detroit Player. Danny D Girl. Leader of the West Side. Leader of the brown skin.
Kev. You say leader of the brown skin.
Leader of the brown skins, you know what I'm saying? Leader of the West Side, leader of the Outside.
Wait, let me see. Danny always talking her West Side talk. I'm East Side over here, but we together though.
From the East Side.
Y'all East Side.
Yeah, we on the West Side.
West Side, East Side.
You got us?
Y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready.
My daddy was the dope man.
Hey.
And my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men. While my daddy taking many men. My daddy was the dope man. And my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men. While my daddy taking many men. She a woman's Swerve Maxwell singing. He Eastside, D-boy slinging. She prophesied what the scriptures meaning. Fasting and praying, holistic teaching. He riding down, car blessing sounds. Hanging out, smoking and drinking. Even in our sleep, he casting out demons. He stay annoyed, got the real life beaming. My daddy was a dope man. And my mama was his girlfriend.
Good.
Mama praying, saving many men. While my daddy taking many men. My daddy was the dope man. And my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men. While my daddy taking many men. Part 2, my mama is through.
Hey, she let my daddy got her a new dude.
Fights breaking out and shootouts too. What's in that pot, daddy? That ain't noodles. Now he upstate, Jackson Penitentiary. Mama up late, working for the ministry. While he's away, I'm writing to him every day. Uncle's in the news, most wanted for a vacay. Daddy's away, family going down. What are we to do now? Mariah keep it going like she always. She about to go to school now. My daddy was the dope man, and my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men, while my daddy taking many men. My daddy was the dope man, and my mama was his girlfriend. Mama praying, saving many men, while my daddy taking many men.
She a woman's worth, Maxwell singing. He Eastside, D-boy slinging. You know my mama a woman's worth, Maxwell singing, nigga.
That's what's up. I fucks with it. I fucks with it.
Thank you.
So,
Shout your producer out.
shout your producer out.
Yes, Ken Dollars, my producer. You know, I went to him and was like, look, I want to just, you know, do a little storytelling, do what the girls ain't doing right now. But I like what the girls doing, though. I like to turn up music. I still do that. I still like that, too.
For sure.
But I just want to go a different way.
Also, I saw Hell of a 20 verse 1. That was dope.
Yeah,
Y'all had fun, didn't y'all? That looked like y'all had a ball.
Yes.
Okay.
We hosted. My homeboy actually, we started doing the verses together.
Okay.
And my homeboy, Be Real, he was like, I want to do, instead of, we have girls for Hell of a, because he may be in a relationship or not. Let's just see if we can do artists. Because that'd be good. Like, let's do it that way. And that way he could pick artists or whatever that he like. And the artist ended up getting signed. Jay Renee, she working with Rio the Uncle G. She's from Flint, Michigan. He also picked up Nylon Keys. There was another artist. Please forgive me. I can't remember your name. But it was so many girls to choose from. Like, Detroit got a lot of talent. It was so many. It was a girl on there named Day Day. Oh, my gosh. She was sick with it. She had the song Everybody Loved. It was so many, like, it was just crazy. Like, it was hard for him to choose. And everybody thought he probably was, like, lying. Like, no, he really was, like, under pressure. And he didn't think he probably was going to be, like, under pressure like that. But the verses did really, really good. It was dope. Like, we getting offers to get it on the TV and everything.
That's what's up. Mm-hmm. So, who y'all might have on there next? Y'all still working on it?
Yeah, we ain't gonna say just yet, but a lot of people popped it. You know, did you see the one we did with Dank?
That no, was I ain't see that one.
We did one with Dank. It was so fun. It was like, it was just a time like to love on Dank. And this is pre-Lift.
Okay.
Before Big D died, the last interview we did was with Dank.
Okay.
So I've been fucking with Dank. Like when I first seen her and I heard her rap, because my homeboy DODBH sent me her cipher.
Okay.
I was like, I think she dope. Let me get her on some stuff real quick.
Man, she could sing too.
Made sure we paid the girl and everything. Like this ain't. So now people are like, oh, she cloud chasing. No, this interview. Oh, boo. This 20 verses is before y'all know what the fuck going on. I've been like I said, I'm a girl's girl, and if I see a bag, I'ma go get it.
For sure.
Fuck what you talking about.
Fuck what you talking about. Fuck what they heard. Fuck what they thought.
You know, if you got if you look like some money to me, I'm coming to get it. And I'm gonna put you in position to get this bag, but I'm coming to get you.
For sure.
I'm gonna point you out. Yep. I be on the phone with my homeboys all the time. Like, hey, All the executives that be hitting me up, hey, go get this little nigga right now. He hot. He this. He that. So they gon', you know what I'm saying? When it's time for me to get mine, I don't gatekeep.
Right.
If you hot, you sound a little bit like something I like.
And that's what you gotta know. It's a lot of motherfuckers that miss out on finder's fees and all type of shit because they hating.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers don't even know you can get
never
a bag.
be.
That motherfuckers don't even know you can get a bag with somebody even if you don't like their ass.
And guess what? Even when I wasn't getting a bag, I still was like, get DZ, get FMBDZ. I was telling Propane with CMG, get that nigga now. Before all of that, like, yeah, this nigga hot. Yeah, Audi money. Yeah, this nigga on the rise. Get this nigga now. You know, I still was...
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, GT, yeah. Band Game ICO, yeah, get them niggas before they go.
For sure. That's what's up.
They better get cursed now.
Okay.
For sure. Ain't no hating over here.
And it's not. And that's for anybody that ever approached me. Like, can I get on this? Can I do this platform? Can I do this? Come on.
For sure.
That's why I think I'm blessed and I get the opportunities I get on and you know when I do an interview it go viral and it go to Say Cheese and it go to No Jumper and I can walk people on No Jumper and Vlad calls our phone for our people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it work out like that because I really like people taking this shit too serious. Mm-hmm. Like y'all like this like you care that much? I don't even care about this shit like how you care about it.
Right.
Because like I said, I always been spoiled. I always had a good mom and a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and grandparents, like, y'all some bums. Like, for real, like, y'all really want this shit. Y'all really trying to cut a person who don't care to give you this shit. Like,
right, the crab in the barrel mentality.
Yeah, like, oh, you ain't even know I was this girl that can make a call, like,
talk your shit, Danny.
Pump his Instagram up real quick. You don't even know, like, I'm that girl. Like, I don't care about it like how you care about it. But since you care about it like that, I'm going to make sure you don't get it. Fucking with me. You know, because you don't know who you talking to. You never know who you talking to. The Bible tell you to entertain, be careful to entertain strangers. For many have entertained angels unaware. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to, you know, like.
For sure.
And I run into angels all the time. Mm-hmm.
It's like I tell artists, different people be in studios and be running their mouth all type of shit. You never know who in the room. You never know who. And it always comes back.
Yeah, it definitely do.
Always comes back. Do. So it's not, it just do good. The best thing is just to do good business. Mm-hmm. Have good business ethics. Morals, you'll be all right. Just do right by people. Mm-hmm. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, yeah.
Who I want to work with,
it's like a must. Ooh. It's a must.
Yeah. Who? Give me one.
25 over where I gotta work.
Okay. Give me one female and one male that you want to work with, as far as features.
No, a must.
A must. Ooh. Like from Detroit or just
anywhere? Matter of fact, both Detroit and then
I like Lotto. Lotto been popping.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm so shocked at Lotto, but really I'm not shocked because that's worth ethic. Like since a kid to now,
for sure.
She deserves it all. I like her. I like Sexy Bread. I ain't gonna lie. I like Young Miami.
Who you like the best between Young Miami and JT?
I'm gonna go with Young Miami.
Okay,
Aquarius, big Aquarius shit.
Okay.
Somebody that pop, you know what I'm saying? But I do like, you know, I met them early on.
Okay.
I feel like I was gonna be a city girl.
Okay.
This is why, but my homeboy was like, once again, I'm with Propane, CMG. It's me, him, QC. He like, do she rap? He point to me out of the room in the studio. Look, I'm scared as fuck because I'm just now learning how to rap. He don't tell the nigga no. Like, what? You supposed to tell? I feel like he was going to make me a city girl because they knew JT was going to jail. I feel like I was going to be the replacement because they wasn't known yet. Mm-hmm. I just feel like I was going to be that little baby had just got over there. I was in the studio and T Grizzly pulled up. T Grizzly walked in the studio. I feel like, why would you do that? You supposed to always say yes, even if you lying. Like, what the fuck? Like, but, yeah, so, Yeah, he did that. So, but me and P end up chopping it up a couple years later after that. You know, running to Miami. You know, she on my page, and then podcast was so big. You know, Diddy invited us out to Revolt. Mm-hmm. We went to Revolt like before all this stuff popped down on him and stuff like that. So, that was a dope experience. Didn't see nothing bad, nothing crazy. I like Diddy. Yeah, I like Diddy. When I went to Atlanta, I still want to like.
Right.
I wish I could have worked with him, you know, but everybody.
I don't think it's over for him. His story not ended.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, I hope not.
Is what it is right now.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of stuff, a lot of lies coming out, a lot of stuff that wasn't true. Of course, I don't condone the violence with Cassie, but all them other stories, you making up shit, ain't no proof 20 years ago, whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
30, 40 years.
Like, what the fuck?
People just wilding, like wilding. All my homeboys, y'all know y'all wrong. They was like, yeah, you need to use your pictures to say he did something to you to get that bag. I was like, y'all is dirty. Like, no, I'm not finna do that. They dead serious. You know, black men ain't nothing but gold diggers. Y'all be talking about us women, but y'all the real gold diggers.
Yeah.
These niggas will make us do anything for a bag. But yeah, so that's some of the females that's not here in Detroit. Some of the males I would like to work with. I love Lil Baby. I met Lil Baby early on in his career. I'm proud of him. Let's see who else I like. I like No Cap.
Okay.
I like I love Future. You know, I was around when Future popped too, when his career first popped off. Yep. I like Future. Future's amazing. And then far as like in the city, dang, I don't get a chance to hear that much like females here in the city. But the girls that was on that Versus, J Renee, Day Day. I'm
gonna shout some girls out too. What up, Tootie?
Okay. Some of the guys here is flawless. Niggas is flawless. Like I said, Kirsch Dollar, flawless. I love Sada Baby. You know, I love turn up music. I like to party. I'm a big Meech party type of girl. I'm like, whatever they sent me to us for he got locked up, that's me. BMF, blow a motherfucking bag. We get it back tomorrow. We can't take this shit with us.
Sure can't.
I'm your friend that make you spend it all, and I'm gonna help you get it back. I ain't gonna leave you in no hole. Your shit ain't gonna go off, none of that. We still gonna live. Let's fly out tomorrow. And we take the kids with us and bring them back. We got our mamas watching them. All that
look, hold on. I'm from the old school. I take it all the way back to All Stars, baby. When niggas came in that bitch and threw and blew 100,000, 200,000.
Okay.
Like it wasn't shit. This new shit now. These titty bars ain't shit. They need to close these motherfuckers down. Niggas ain't blowing bags like how they used to blow them bags.
Niggas in there clapping. Like, what y'all clapping for? Niggas gotta go home. But
that's why I like to go out when I'm out of town and go to the different bars. I can see the real, like the old school shit of how a titty bar is supposed to be. But this shit up here, man,
it's crazy.
It's sad.
T Grizzly, let her work with him. End up meeting him real close to his mom.
Okay. Shout out to Mama Grizzly.
Yeah,
that's my dog as well.
Yeah. You know, I be styling Toya.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Toya done came on here before twice.
Oh, that's my girl. But yeah. Who else from here that's guys? V's, I like them all. I ain't gonna lie. Ray, I like PG, I like Bezo, I like all the niggas that's popping doing their shit. Even like I like lyrical stuff. Go back to my school stuff. But then I like I like lyrical turn up rap. That's the type of
Who
music
make the
I
best
like.
music? East Side rappers or West Side rappers?
West Side, fuck you, man. Those boys cash out.
Okay.
Those boys cash out. Blade Icewood, 7 Mile, Better Mile. Who started this shit? Who really, you know what I'm saying?
East Warren in the building.
Y'all niggas
from
late.
Warren and
Y'all
Connor
caught the
over
bar
here.
too late.
Warren and Connor over here, baby.
Shout over 10 East Side?
Every day. Every day.
Okay.
She say every day. She said it with her
Come
chest.
on, in their prime. Come on, let's go. Eastside didn't have no
know.
hits like.
East Side had them.
East Side had
They
many
lost.
hits. East Side had a lot of hits.
They lost.
See, the biggest song the West Side had was Good Ass Day, and that was one person.
No,
song.
I
That
dog
was one
clothes,
person
not
song.
just Mob Life.
Shit,
Come on, Mob Life.
You want to stick your
My
head in
life.
there, knock here.
No, I ain't seen
Mob Life. But then check this out. This something else y'all need to know. This something y'all gotta know. Okay, Doug did that versus Doughboys Cash Out Team Eastside at Little Caesars. Right?
Yeah, we was there. I saw you. We was main floor.
I was been trying to do that. You want to know why? because I'm the one that did it at the Tangerine. That was my hookah bar. Exactly. Me.
Yeah.
He's Yak.
R.I.P.
Joy
Yak.
Road Wine.
R.I.P. Yak.
He's not dead. He's
That's
not
So
dead.
that's not true?
No, he's in a nurse and rehab center, but he is
I
brain
seen-
dead.
I
He's
seen-
brain
I
dead.
seen Lee put up there. He was gone.
Yeah,
Where's
he's
he?
brain dead, but not. They haven't pulled the plug. If
Okay.
that makes sense to
Gotcha.
you. Okay.
Okay.
So, and that was Lucas. We all had this hookah bar during the pandemic that we wasn't even
Going
supposed to have.
I remember
Let's pop
before
it.
T Dot went in. T Dot had performed.
Yes,
here one
and
day.
we did the
Oh,
verses
Stretch
there.
there?
We did Stretch
I
Money
remember
verses.
that.
We did so many. I can't even remember more. We did Lodge Boy Whoa.
I remember that.
I mean, we did the Lodge Boys, not just Lodge Boy Whoa. Well, we did the Lodge Boys. We did shit. I can't even remember. Rock Bottom, I think. We did them all. We was the ones that did them. Like, and guess who it came from? My little head, because we was trying to make money in the pandemic, and I'm like, look, everybody doing these verses on TV. Let's do something in Detroit.
One thing, that's why I was just talking to somebody about the other day. You know, a lot of people got bad memories of the pandemic. I made money the whole motherfucking pandemic.
Exactly.
Even the days when every shit was closed and it looked like tumbleweed was rolling down the street, I was somewhere having a private party,
Okay.
showcases.
Okay.
I ran the Bentley for 2 years.
Mhm.
Not the one on Plymouth, the Bentley. The one on 7 Mile, West 7 Mile. I ran the
Okay.
open mic from 2020 to 2022. I had 50 artists come show up each and every Tuesday to my Rock the Mic Tuesday.
Okay.
The whole pandemic, I made money, parties,
And
doing
we
the damn
did too.
thing.
We did their verses and we shut the city down. I mean, shit was packed wall to wall.
I came to Tangerine a couple times.
Yeah,
for
and,
sure.
and that was our next one that we was gonna do was the Team Eastside and Doughboys Cash Out. We was trying to get it, but I'm glad Doug did do it. But Doug gotta know, you know what I'm saying? He put on, he did that. He definitely
For
did
sure.
that. And that concert was so lit. I'm so glad.
It
I
was so lit.
there.
It was so lit.
that was
We
the
had a
best
ball.
concert.
Yeah, I don't understand why he won't just do a bash every year for his birthday. Like, why you ain't do one this year?
It's hard. It's hard to you gotta build up some more to do it again for the next year. You can't. That's not an annual concert. It's too hard.
But
to be
you
an
know
annual
why I
concert.
say that?
To compare to the first one, it's hard.
But I'm saying, you know how
Like,
these
you gotta bring like Jay-Z.
You know how these artists now is like how Lil Wayne got Louisiana Fest or Drake has his OVO Fest and Meek Mill, they was talking about he was doing one too. I'm thinking he could do something like that, like a
He
4-2
could do
Doug
that.
Fest.
4-2 Doug Day.
For sure.
For sure.
And I feel like he'll sell out just like
Well, see, I think
how he
I
did. You
think-
can't doubt yourself. That
I
go
think
back to that
y'all
doubt
need
you
to
was
get
talking
together.
about.
Y'all need to get together and
Oh,
and
yeah,
go,
I'm
and
gonna
go
tell
down
him.
and submit. Go down and submit to get a 4-2 Doug Day.
Yeah,
That should be y'all.
yeah. Let's
Oh,
do that.
Let's do it.
4-2.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, for sure.
January, February, March, April 2nd.
Yeah,
For
let's
sure.
do that.
You study talking, won't stick your head in there.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it because
Yeah, let's
I
do it.
always thought about that. Like, dang, why he just won't? Because when he did that concert was everything. I met and ran into so many people I,
I had
haven't
a
seen
ball.
in so long.
I ran into your ass too.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Acting a fool.
Yeah.
Ball.
I'm mad at that.
He
Every-
just
I-
really did.
yeah, I had a ball.
And I was so elated. I was so proud of me. And then, I was just in his last music video.
Okay.
Fresh out the feds.
Okay.
I was in there looking trim,
Okay.
And my son
Okay.
was up in there too.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm knowing Doug since he was born.
Now shout your social media out one more time for those.
Oh yeah,
I'll follow
okay,
you.
y'all, because I'm finally about to leave. Okay, this is the time. So my social media is at Miss Detroit Player, MISS Detroit Player, Danny D Girl.
Any final thoughts, takeaways, or shout outs?
No, I think we covered everything. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting the movement.
Okay.
I love entertainment. I'm in all aspects of it, from doing the music, behind the scenes to on the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Okay.
Shout out to my baby.
What
You know
up,
what I'm saying?
dog?
It's been
For
a
sure.
long time. We've
For
been
sure.
trying to get together, but we made it happen today.
We're gonna have some more shit on the way because my wheels be churning. I got some ideas already.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned.
Okay.
Gang recognized gang, baby, from one hustler to another.
That's right.
Stay tuned.
That's the thing